Keisha, Keisha, Keisha. What's up, YouTube? It's Monique back with another recap. Power Season 6, Episode 8. So the episode starts off with Dre and Sax meeting up, and Sax is like, take this ankle monitor off now. And Sax is like, no, because he still hasn't got any of the info that he needed. And then the scene moves on to Keisha, Tommy, and Cash. They moved into their new home. They're trying to, fit in. And Keisha, she talks to Cash, and she lets him know that she's going to start dropping him off at school and picking him up because they're not in the hood anymore, and he's going to be one of the few black kids in the white neighborhood. So he's wondering, he's like, I'm not a kid anymore, and Keisha's trying to tell him how it is, and she's letting him know that they may be stopped. And then Tommy jumps in. He said, if you're stopped or if you have any trouble with the cops or anyone, just tell me and I'll handle it. So Sax finds out he might do 8 to 10 if he doesn't find out who killed Proctor. So his career is going down the drain. He's following Tyreek to Callister Prep. He's looking around, and then he goes up to Tyreek, and he's basically like, I know you left the door open so Tommy could go in and kill Proctor. Tyreek's like, I'm a minor, back up. So Tyreek's in class, and he gets a question correct. Then the teacher basically tells him to stay after class. He talks to him about, getting kicked out of Choke for selling drugs. So he found that information out because he had, insider. And he tells Tyreek, he's like, okay, you can make a lot of money here. Then Tyreek is like, I'm not about to get in trouble for him. So Tyreek's like, I don't know what you're talking about, and leaves. He even checked his bag, but he found nothing. Tommy's mom barges into Keisha and Tommy's new house like she owns the place. She's like, which bedroom is mine? That's all I need to know. And Keisha, she's like, what are you doing here? Go home. And then Kate, that's Tommy's mom, she sits down and she's like, okay, so I guess Tommy must have told you what happened to his ex, Holly. So she explains that Holly, she's in the river, like that Tommy killed her when he couldn't trust her. So Keisha, she's surprised, but she's making it seem like, I'm glad she died. She should have died. She shouldn't have did that. So Keisha, she's had enough. She kicks Tommy's mom out, and that's that. Tasha and Tyreek, they talk about Tyreek's meeting with Sax and how he didn't tell him anything, but he's still lurking around. Tasha explains to Tyreek that about who gets a cut of drug money. So, when you sell some, you got to pay your connect, you got to pay your soldiers, you're not really left with much. So she says in order for him to make a profit, he has to start cutting a brick. Then Tyreek also tells Tasha that his teacher, he questioned him about him selling drugs at Choke. And he's a little suspicious, but Tasha says, look around, try to find some information because he might be an advantage to them. Tasha's mom walks in while Tasha and Tyreek are talking. Tyreek leaves. She sees the drug money on the table. She's like, what's this? Of course, Tasha lied and said this is the daycare money. And Tasha's mom, she's not going for that. She's not stupid. She knows about that world, and she's like, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to lose Tyreek. Tasha's like, I've already lost Tyreek. I've already lost him. I'm trying to get him back. So Tasha's mom, she's like, the only way you're going to get Tyreek back and the only thing you're going to make things right in your lives is if you're right with Jesus. And, Tasha, she's like, I know what I'm doing. Ghost tells Tyreek that he's naming a basketball court in honor of Tyreek, and it's a part of the Queen's Child Project. Tyreek doesn't really care about that. He just came to get his tuition check. Ghost is still trying to get him on the right track. And then Ramona, she walks in. She, in her mind, that's her man. And she's basically telling Tyreek that his dad could run for governor. And Tyreek's like, don't you have to perform a background check? He's trying to be a smart ass. And Ramona's like, I believe in your dad, and I know he can do this. Sax knocks on Sergeant Rodriguez's door, and she finds out she has a wife, so he wants to come in. He wants to talk about the cases. He's trying to save his tail. So she tells him that it looks like an unidentified male came in to pick up Kanan's ashes, and she figures out through video surveillance that it was Tyreek. So Sax is wondering why Tyreek picked up Kanan's ashes, and it looks like they had an alliance, just like Dre and Kanan had an alliance. So Rodriguez and Sax, they're willing to team up so they can nail Tommy and Tyreek. Sax gives Rodriguez the serial number for Dre's ankle monitor. Rodriguez, she goes and finds Dre. He's eating dinner with his daughter and he's bonding with her. He basically says, okay, I can help you. I just need you to take off this ankle monitor and I need you to make Sax pay what he did to me and my daughter. He separated us. Rodriguez, she's down. She just wants information. Dre says Tariq came looking for Ray Ray after he shot Raina and he's the one that killed him. So right before a candidate debate, Tate tells Ramona that she lost out. She didn't really get a chance to see what he's working with. Ramona tells Tate that she's trying to get Jamie on the candidate list. And Tate's not going for that. He doesn't want there to be two black candidates. He wants them to focus on him. Jamie, aka Ghost, he walks in with Derek and he's like, he's going to help us. He's going to help us with this. Tate isn't going for that, so Derek decides to be sneaky and he turns on Tate's mic early. So everything Tate is telling Ghost is being broadcasted to the audience, to candidates, to whoever's listening. Tate is over here using the N-word. He's calling his opponent a bitch. He's over here calling any of the rich constituents crackers. He's going in and he doesn't realize that everyone's listening to him, and when he does, he's embarrassed. He doesn't know what to do. He goes. It's nothing he can do to change their mind, but Ramona, she's cooking up something, and so is Ghost. They're gonna give him a little deal. So Tariq breaks into his teacher's classroom. He's going through his drawers. He finds out that his teacher's broke. He has so many past due bills. He finds out that his mother is in prison. He finds out that he probably really needs this money, or that he'll be good with dealing drugs. So he cooks up a little scheme. Keisha gets stopped by the police with her son Cash in the passenger seat. Of course, it's Sergeant Rodriguez. She just cannot stop. She can't help herself. So she pulls Keisha out the car. I guess it's CPS. They pull Cash out the car. They put him in another car. Basically, Rodriguez is telling Keisha that if she does not comply and sign this form, that they're going to take away Cash. He's going to go to a foster home. She's not going to see him. She's scared. She's scared of Tommy. She's scared of losing her son. She's going to do whatever. So first she's like, okay, I'm going to get a lawyer. And then Rodriguez is telling her, we're just going to take away Cash. So eventually Keisha, she signs that form. She regrets it, but she gets her son back. But in the back of her mind, she's thinking, Tommy can't find this out. She tells Cash, you can't tell anyone, not even Tommy. So I'm sure she knows what she did is questionable, but she did what was right for her. Because at the end of the day, she loves Tommy, but she's not going to lose her son. But they did offer her a protective order, so her and Cash will be safe. Ramona tells Ghost that a candidate wants him to be the lieutenant governor, and he's smiling about that. So he's willing to smooth things over with Tate. Tommy takes Cash to basketball practice, and he notices that Cash is a little off. So first Cash walks over to his teammates, and then he backs up. He's like, Tommy, I gotta ask you something. Mom and I, we were stopped by the police, and they took me and put me in a lady's car. And Mom, she was talking to the police, and I just want to make sure I did the right thing. Immediately, Tommy knows that no one is going to threaten to put a child with CPS unless they have some information. So Tommy's like, he's questioning Keisha's loyalty. He already knows what's up. Tommy is crazy. He confronts Keisha. He's like, what happened today? Anything interesting happening? Keisha's like, it's quiet around here. Nothing's really going to happen. So Tommy immediately says, Cash told me what happened. And Keisha's like, I didn't tell them anything. I'm not going to tell them anything. And then Tommy, he gets kind of like enraged. And he's like, he says, Tommy's self, he's like, you better not have told them anything. And then Keisha, she lets him know that she knows what happened to Holly. And that the mother stopped by. But Tommy, he just wanted to make sure Keisha wasn't going to leave him. So after she said she wasn't going to leave him, Tommy was fine. But that leads me to think that Tommy will kill Keisha, like if she does the same thing Holly did, even though he truly loves her. But Tommy, he just... Tariq leaves drugs in his teacher's car. His teacher is looking around. He finds a cell phone in the trunk of his car. And it's basically saying to sell these and leave the money in the trunk. And the teacher's like, who do I know who I'm working for? And the person responds back, you won't know. So the teacher gets in his car. He's driving by. He sees Tariq. So he's asking Tariq, did you do this? And Tariq's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Tariq's not going to admit it. I guess he just wants to see if the teacher can get the job done and he's loyal. Tommy calls Ghost. He's like, let's kill Sax. And Ghost is like, Hell no, we ain't killing no cop. Rodriguez, she then finds Ghost and she questions him and she says, we know Tyreek, it was involved with, Ray Ray's death. We know he, left the door open and he's the reason why the person got access to Proctor. Ghost is like, I'm not telling you anything. I'll get a lawyer. He leaves. Rodriguez, with her sneaky self, she gets the glass that Ghost drunk from, because that's a little bit of DNA there. So she backs it up and she goes on her way. Keisha, she feels guilty. She's scared, so she calls Sergeant Rodriguez and she says, I lied. I take back everything. I don't know anything. Rodriguez says, if you don't come down to the station or we don't pick you up, you lose immunity. So if something happens, you're going down with Tommy. So Keisha, she says, okay, she'll be there. She just has to pick up Cash from basketball practice. Max is chilling in his apartment watching porn when Ghost and Tommy, they storm in. They basically act as if they're going to kill him. They tie him down to a chair. Ghost puts a plastic bag on his head. Tommy, he's suffocating him. But Sax is telling them that he knows what happened. He knows everything. Tommy admits to killing Proctor. Sax is like, they know about Tyreek. They know he picked up Kana's remainings. They know that he's a part of Ray Ray's death somehow. So Ghost, he's looking like a little worried. So he's like, okay, we shouldn't kill Sax. We should use him for information. Like, we should keep him around. So after Ghost convinced Tommy not to kill Sax, he's like, you owe me. You're going to give me all the information that you have on Tyreek so we can make sure he's clear. Sergeant Rodriguez, she tests the glass that Ghost was using and she finds a match to a blood drop at Ray Ray's murder scene. So either Ghost or Tyreek, they're going down because it's a match. Dre signs a complaint form against Sax. He wants him off his ass. So Rodriguez, she's willing to comply with Dre as long as he tells her everything that he knows. And Ghost, he lets Tasha know that Tyreek picked up Kana's ashes and that Keisha, she's been talking to the police. Sergeant Rodriguez shows up again at Tasha's place this time, and she lets Tasha know that Tyreek's story, his alibi, is incorrect. Like, they have a witness that shows that him and Cannon were not where they said they were going to be. So Tasha, she's like, I'm a lawyer up. I'm not going to tell you anything. And that's that. Ghost meets up with Tate. Tate is drinking. He's drinking his sorrows away because Ghost didn't meet Tate for the press conference that could have covered Tate and his actions. So Tate lets Ghost know that he fucked him, so he fucked him back. So Tate let Ghost know that all the contracts for his Queen's Child project are over. They're voided. So Ghost, he's done with that. Sax gets Dre's complaint. He snitches on what Tommy and Ghost did. The police don't believe him. They're telling him, okay, if they really did that, you'd be dead. So Sax got fired, and there's nothing he can do about it. He can try to solve the case. Like, they have so much information, they have so much stuff on him that he's going to jail no matter what. Keisha, she's at her house. She's trying to pack up because she wants her and her son Cash to leave after they talk to the police. They're going to be taken to like a safe place. Tasha's banging on her door. Keisha, I know you in there, girl. I know you are in there. Answer the door. So Keisha, she answers. Tasha immediately sees the packed bags. She knows that Keisha is leaving. But she can't have that. She's not going to let Keisha go because she's worried about Tyreek and what Keisha might say about Tyreek. So Keisha and Tasha, they're fighting back and forth. And then Tasha's like, you got a gun in that bag? And Keisha, she runs to her bag. She gets the gun. So Tasha and Keisha, they're fighting back and forth because they got a gun in their hands. And they're like, Tasha, she's trying to grab the gun from Keisha. The gun goes off. So Keisha, she's shot. And Keisha, she's like, I have a son. Please don't let me die. Don't do this, Tasha. Tasha, first she isn't going to do it, but then she's thinking about her family. So she shoots her in the head. Tommy and Cash come back from ring shopping for Keisha. Cash and Tommy, they're walking in the door. Cash has these beautiful roses, and Tommy notices that the door is cracked. So Tommy already knows what's going on. So he tells Cash to go back into the car. You know, he's going to talk with his mom real quick, and then he'll come out. So Tommy, he goes inside the house, he closes the door, and he sees Keisha's body on the floor, lifeless. He immediately breaks down, he drops the ring, he's crying. And that's the end of this action, drama, death packed episode. This shit was crazy. Thank you all for watching episode 8. I appreciate the support. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you in episode 9. Bye.